guys, we're back, and today we're going to talk about
the water cycle.
Okay, we're going to look at the water cycle. So first we have the sun, and the sun shines down onto the ocean. And what happens to the water in the ocean?
The ocean and the water evaporates.
Okay, so can you find our stickers for that, please?
Yes. Evaporation. Right here.
Okay, so we have evaporation. And that water goes up, okay, into the atmosphere. So then what forms?
Clouds.
Okay, can you uncover your picture with your stickers, please? So clouds form from the water that evaporates. What are those clouds made of?
Water vapor. Water vapor.
Can you label those clouds for us?
Okay. Right here. So right here. There's a hair in it. There.
Okay, that water vapor, those clouds then travel over land. And what happens?
It rains.
As the water gets colder, as the water vapor gets colder, it condenses. Do you have a word that says condensation?
Yes.
Put that on the top of that cloud. There you go, right about there. Then, once that water condenses and it gets really heavy in the clouds, what happens?
Then it falls.
Okay. What is that called?
Precipitation. Right here?
And I put it between the two clouds that are precipitating.
These?
Yep. And don't forget your arrows.
Okay, where did the arrows go?
Only the water so far has gone up and it has come down. So we need one coming down.
I'm gonna put this one right here.
All right. Now after the water falls down from the sky as precipitation or snow or rain or hail, where does it go?
The rivers and streams.
Okay, what is that called?
Trans.
We have percolation, transpiration, and runoff.
Percolation?
This is actually the easiest one to remember because the water literally runs off the land into the sea.
Where do I put it?
Or between the rivers and streams. Now, where do those arrows go?
Down?
Well, probably on the river and the stream, yeah?
It's right here.
Doesn't have to touch the word. It's better if it doesn't, actually.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, I would put it here. On the stream. Yep. Maybe put another one here.
Thank you.
It's a breezy day, guys. It's a good time to be studying about the water cycle and weather.
Because it's raining.
Okay,
Raining.
now we've got the two hard ones. Percolation and transpiration. One of them kind of sounds like respiration and breathing. Which one's that one?
This one.
What is that?
Transportation. Transpiration.
Transpiration. So that's breathing. Sorry guys, we're having problems with our animals hitting the tripod and hitting the table where we're doing our demonstration. I'm getting kind of upset with them.
So next one is transpiration.
So what is transpiration?
Transpiration is breathing.
It's when plants release water vapor when they like breathing. Yes. So the
So where do I
plants.
put it?
Which ones are the plants?
Right here.
No, the trees are plants. That's correct. What does this say it is?
Underground.
So that's not a plant.
The trees.
Yes, the trees.
So right here.
Above the trees. It comes out the leaves. Yep. And where does that water vapor go? Up or down? Or does it go into the air or does it go into the ground?
Down.
If it's coming out of the leaves.
Up.
I would put that sticker kind of by the trees, maybe here.
Over here.
You can cover the tree a little bit. I'd rather you not get confused with the runoff. Okay? You put percolation there.
Oh, Sorry. Wrong sticker.
It's very important that you pay attention to what you're doing when you're doing an assignment for school. Or with your mom for a video. When she's doing the video for school. There we go. Transpiration, the word we talked about the whole time. Now we have one area left we need to label. Percolation.
Percolation.
And that is when water runs through the ground and into the underground,
Right here?
making groundwater. So which direction does that go? Up into the air or down into the ground?
Down into the ground.
So you'll need an arrow for that.
Where do I put it? Like right here?
I don't know, but you have to talk a lot louder.
Where do I put it? Right
Well,
here?
if you put it on the river, we're going to think it's going down the river. Where do we need it to go? Into the ground?
Mhm.
So above the word percolation would be a good place. There we go. And if we uncover it, then we'll be able to see our completed image of the water cycle. And there we go. Now we're going to make a model of the water cycle that if we put it in the
Super
sun will
excited.
actually work.
Okay.
Okay. All right, now Rory's here and she's ready to tell us how to make a model of the water cycle in, what is that kind of container?
It is a chicken, rotisserie chicken container.
So we went to the grocery store and we bought a chicken and it came in this container. So we washed it and we're gonna make a water cycle.
And we took
Okay,
off the sticker.
go ahead and take the lid off and tell us what you're gonna put in there and why.
Okay, so we're going to put in this rock.
What does the rock represent?
The rock represents the mountains.
Okay, the mountains in our water cycle model. Good, go ahead and put it in there. If I were you, I would put the lid in the bin underneath so that so you're more secure. There you go. Okay, so just set the rock in there.
And next we have some grass.
So we have a plant. This is actually foxtail weed from my backyard. We dug up the weed instead of grass, so we didn't mess up our lawn. Okay, why are we putting the grass in there? What's the grass going to do for us?
The grass is going to represent the transpiration part.
Oh, so it's going to soak up the water and then breathe the water vapor back out. Okay. Then we have a piece of foil over there. What's the foil for?
The foil is going to be the bottom of our ocean.
Okay, so you have to make like a bowl shape out of that.
Yes.
Make sure it goes all the way down and you don't have foil sticking up over the edge, or you might have trouble closing the container. You're gonna need to keep your picture down because I can't see your activity. Okay, now what do you do with that glass?
Now pour a glass of water carefully into the foil. It's going to be your ocean water.
If you spill a little, it's not a big deal. You're dribbling all over our pretty picture. Move the picture, not the water. Put it in the bin. So now, when you put the top on,
It's like it's not as full as it can be.
it doesn't need to be that full. It's going to be hard to move if you make it too full. Put the lid on, please. Now the most important part of the water cycle is the sun. So now here we are on a cloudy / sunny day and it keeps going back and forth, but it's still pretty warm. So we'll be setting this container out in the sun to, where are you going? To warm up the water.
So it evaporates.
The water in the foil bowl will evaporate
And then
and go into the air inside the bin or inside the container as water vapor. On the lid of the container, what will happen?
it will
Starts with a C.
and like
Condense.
condense.
The water will condense. Then we will have the water falling, and that is what?
Precipitation.
Precipitation. And in the meantime, that water that falls and precipitates into the container, the plant will be able to suck it up, and it will release that water vapor back into the bin because it's not dead, it's still in soil and still has water. And the rock in there that represents the mountain will give us our surface runoff. The only thing we don't have in this water cycle demonstration is percolation. We could have put some gravel in the bottom, I guess, and possibly made percolation, but we didn't. All right, so let's set this baby in the sun and see how it goes.